This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2004 Ford F450 Super Duty Crew Cab. It's a 6.0 turbo diesel. It's two-wheel drive. It's an XL, and as you can see, it's got a huge walk-in utility box. Unusual for us to buy this type of vehicle. It had a fire under the hood, which was based around the air conditioning box. Our guess is that somebody touched battery to fender with metal somehow. That being said, because of that, we didn't want to take any chances, so we bought another truck that had a 6.0 motor in it, and we put that 6.0 motor, so it's got a used 6.0 motor, and it's got a used transmission. But after that, we did all this stuff to the motor. We did a bulletproof EGR cooler in the motor. We did a brand new oil cooler. We did a transmission cooler. Both batteries are new. It got a new coolant reservoir and new coolant. A new air filter. Obviously, because we did the motor, it's got new oil and filter. New FICM, which is a fuel injection control module, is brand new. New fuse block. Obviously, we did a transmission service because it got another transmission. It got a rebuilt three-piece drive shaft. Obviously, this is a lot longer than your average truck. Sway bar links are new. Front brake pads are new. And of course, because there was a fire under the hood, we replaced the entire engine harness, which is brand new also. So basically, from a powertrain standpoint, we replaced everything. And we replaced them with a used motor and tranny, and then we serviced the crap out of the used motor and tranny, and we put a new oil cooler and a bulletproof EGR cooler to deal with any of those future issues. This hood came off of our vehicle that we use around our shop truck, basically. Came off the hood of that. And now our shop truck has the hood that came off of that. So when you see the before pictures, you'll see a little burn spot right here on the hood. That's from the heat under the hood, which I will show you under the hood when I open the hood what's going on. Jason's going to come out here and open up some compartments for me and we'll show you what the utility box looks like. Obviously it's a work truck, so there's going to be some cosmetic funkiness just because it's a work truck, but really for what it is, it looks pretty good. We put these seat covers on because there's a few little rips in the seats, and it's a lot cooler on your butt. And we have an A-10 flying over the top of us right now. That's the sound of freedom. It's actually pretty cool. Okay, that's what this looks like right here. Open. Tires. I would say the tires are about 30 or 40% tread. Yeah. About that. That's that. You got these really long deals on the top. I suppose that you could put pipe or whatever in there. Low package here. These doors open like this. That's a lot of storage right there. Got another one on this side. Basically, it's a twin on both sides, so there's not really much more to show you. Let's see. This is boring. All right. Open up the hood here. 223,140 miles. Alright, like I said, this is the hood off of our parts truck. We actually tow around when we call it a parts truck. This is the fender. The fire happened right in here. So all this stuff is new. The air box, all this stuff, everything is new. New batteries. You can see where it's right here on the inside of the fender. And that's it. The only thing that's not brand new, aside from the motor and the tranny, is the turbo. And it works fine. So, it's, mechanically speaking, this truck is outstanding. Let me show you, there's the Ford stamp here. There's the Ford stamp right there. Even though it was burned, it's still the original fender. There's your Ford stamp there. And underneath this thing would be a Ford stamp too. Anyway, can't get that up, but there'll be a Ford stamp under there. And the truck should run and does run great. There's the tilt wheel. It's late October, and I can tell you that we still need air conditioning here, and the air conditioning works great. Feels good in here. So the air conditioning is blowing ice cold. Alright, let's see. Let's try the settings on it. Those all work. So we've got a radio. Radio works fine. Cup holder. Let's see. Oh, I am told that we scanned the overdrive light that's supposed to come on in the dash. The bulb must be out because we put it on the scanner and it shows it to be working, and then we drove it and overdrive was clearly working. So it's a light bulb in the cluster. We're not dealing with that. And it does have cruise control also. So there you go. All right, let's go for a ride. Now, this thing's on a salvage title, so if you want to drive it home, which you're welcome to do, we encourage that. Well, this thing's big. It's got to get a level 3 inspection here. That's done by the cops. A level 3 inspection, we take the level 3 that it gets and the salvage title, and we get what's called a restored salvage title. Once we have a restored salvage title, we can get you can get insurance, and we can issue you plates. So that's obviously why that has to be done before you get here. We charge $200 to do that for you. It's about 4 or 5 hours of our time, unless the cops have some cop business to do, and then we're required to sit with it all day until they're done and able to do the paperwork stuff. So that's why we charge $200. Then there's dock fee of $250, and there's taxes. Taxes are, quiet for a second here. Boy, this thing runs good, really good, and it's huge. Anyway, let's see. So there's a restore fee of $200, the dock fee of $250, and taxes. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. So if you're coming from a state with a 3% tax rate, you're going to pay a total of 5% tax. That's your 3% plus our 2 for a total of 5. $250 dock fee and $200 to restore the title. If you come from Alaska, their state tax rate is 0. So you would pay 2% tax, $250 dock fee, and $200 to restore the title. Here in Arizona, our state tax rate is 6.1. So we pay 6.1 plus 2. So an Arizonan will pay 8.1% tax and a $250 dock fee and $200 to restore the title. It's fairly simple. If you pay by wire and ship, all you pay is the agreed upon price, and that's it. Unless you want to add $200 to have us restore it before it leaves, so that we can send you a restored salvage title. I highly recommend you do that, unless you're very sure that you can get it done yourself with a bill of sale, the truck itself, and the Arizona salvage title. Okay? It's probably the best $200 you ever spent, but places like Texas, it's fairly easy to do, so you may want to do it yourself. Excuse me. Let's see. I'm going to shut up for just a second here, and nice today. It's got a new drive shaft. We had a rebuilt 3-piece drive shaft done for it. Anyway, this is a 25 zone and probably 60 in this gigantic truck. It's probably going to be frowned upon. So I'll cut it back now. Because right behind those trees is where the cops like to sit. Right there. They're not there today. Good. Let's see. Deposits. Get your deposit in, please. Once we have a deposit, put your name and a banner over the truck at wheelkinetics.com and you'll know it's yours. Until then, it is for sale. The last thing I'm going to say, it's painfully obvious, but this is not under warranty. The point of us telling you that we did the motor when we don't have to is because we, by the way, they're painting next door, so they covered all of our trucks so they wouldn't get overspray on that, and that was pretty nice. The point of us telling people everything we know is so that there are no surprises. This truck will find the right owner if we tell you everything we know. You know, is it overkill to tell you that we put a used motor and rebuilt it? I don't know. I would want to know if I was buying it, so we tell you, right? So that's the deal here. So we tell you what's going on, and you can make a good informed decision. Again, had a fire under the hood over near the airbox on that side of the truck. That's what you'll see in the before pictures. You'll see where it happened. As a result, it burned up the wire harness, you know, and so basically we decided just to get a used motor and a used tranny, and so we knew what it had. And now it's got pretty much everything new. Engine harness, coolant reservoir, brand new bulletproof EGR cooler, which is huge, a new oil cooler, new engine harness from Ford, airbox, air filter, oil, coolant, front brake pads, stabilizer link, sway bar links, and it's a nice truck. But now you know exactly what you're buying. And that's it. So please make sure that when you buy this, you realize that you're not buying something new. You're not buying something that's under warranty. The Ford people who built this truck gave it X amount of years, X amount of miles, because they didn't know what was going to happen at a certain point. At this stage in the vehicle, in my opinion, you know, in my opinion, having done the EGR cooler and the oil cooler, and knowing these motors, I would say your issues are fairly insignificant, but it did have an engine fire. So, you know, please factor that into your thinking here. We don't know what's going to happen to this thing a week from now or a month from now. So a little bit of the money you're saving buying this giant utility truck might have to be spent on a repair sooner or later. It's hard to imagine what that would be, but let's keep it real. If you need to buy something that's risk-free, you got to go buy something brand new. And I would say that with this gigantic bed on it is going to be a fortune. I think the bed alone is probably worth what somebody's going to pay for this truck, but I would say probably in the $50,000 or $60,000 area, somewhere in that area. All right. So anyway, that's all. We just want to make sure that people know what they're buying and get more than they thought they were getting and not less. That's all. Anyway, pretty cool truck. If you need to do some work, this would be a good one. Thank you.